Hey guys, what's going on today? Bojo here, and we are back for our NHL 16 BGM following the Philadelphia Flyers, as we will be starting off our Year 1 playoff run, starting off against the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Battle of Pennsylvania. So, the Flyers ended off the season kind of struggling, 40-31-11, you know, still a kind of okay record. It is, you know, it's under 500 if you add the overtime / shootout losses in there, but you know, we got those extra points in there, and unfortunately, we did lose to Pittsburgh on the very last game of the regular season, which did determine which team was going to get home ice advantage, and Pittsburgh beat us. What was the score? I think 2 or 3-1. And so Pittsburgh is going to be getting home ice advantage in the series. So did a little bit of cleanup before we started this series, as I turned auto-rotate goalies is back off, and injuries are on. So you guys did want to see injuries be put on for this playoff run, and I did want to make sure that I do call up some teams once the AHL season is over. I gotta make sure that I do make some call ups as need be. So yeah, let's get started with this series. Let's check out the Pittsburgh Penguins lineup. Since we can't look at edit lines in this version, we can easily just look at their regular season stats and compare who is actually going to be on their line. So let's take a look at their forward core, take a look at who had the most points in the regular season, and we shall go from there. So Crosby only with 81 points, but he still is a 97 overall. Sidney Crosby center. Evgeny Malkin 92 overall center. He's so he's 92. Phil Kessel probably on the first or second line. He's at 89. Patrick Hornquist at an 87. David Perron at an 85. Nick Bonino at an 84. Matt Cullen 83. Bo Bennett 82. Eric Fair 83. Chris Kunitz 85. Pascal Dupuis 83. Scott Wilson, who must be a rookie of theirs, 78 overall. So there is their forward core. Very intimidating, very scary. So what would their first line be? Probably Crosby, Kessel, and Perron, or Kunitz. So Crosby, Kessel, Perron, and then Malkin, Hornquist, and Bennett. Then maybe like Bonino, Fair, Dupuis, Wilson, probably fourth line with somebody else. I don't know, but their forward core is definitely very intimidating. Even their fourth line has like some low 80 overall players in there. They're definitely much better offense than we are, without a doubt. All right, defensively though, Chris Letang 91, Oli Mata 87, Adam Clendenning 83, Ian Cole 82, Rob Scuderi 82, Ben Lovejoy 81, Derek Pouliot 83, and Tim Erickson 79. So Pouliot and Erickson are not their starters, I would assume, since they were, we had injuries on at the beginning of the year, so they filled in for injuries. So I'm assuming their stars are Lovejoy, Scuderi, Cole, Clendenning, Mata, and Chris Letang. So it's a nice 1-2 punch that they got there with Letang and Mata, but it really does drop off after that, going from an 87 and a 91 Letang, dropping to a 83 and an 82 in Clendenning and Cole, and then Scuderi and Lovejoy, but still low 80s, nothing to take for granted. And then obviously for the starting goaltenders, we have Marc-Andre Fleury, Jeff Zakoff as his backup. So if Fleury gets hurt, Zakoff goes in there. He's a 79 overall goaltender, might be able to steal some games in there, but Fleury, not the great, his goals against average wasn't bad in the regular season. The record wasn't too great, but still, that is the lineup for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And we know our lineup. I'll just show you guys really quickly before we head into this series versus Pittsburgh. We got Simmons, Drew, Voracek, Raffle, Coots, and Shen. Gagne, Lawton, and Reed. Belmar, White, and McDonald. On defense, Streit, Delzato, McDonald, Medvedev, Shen, and Gudas. And then I turned, like I said, auto-rotate goalies off. So the man, Stone Cold Steve Mason in the net. And as you guys know, the in-game simulation is back, so we can dedicate one whole series to a video. So I'm excited to see that back. The simming is definitely a little bit slow, but here we go. Round 1 of the Year 1 playoffs against the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Consol Energy Center. This is going to be one hell of a series, as Flyers-Penguins series always are, so let's get it started. Here we go. We know how this team likes to play. We know how the Flyers and the Penguins series is going to be. It's going to be back and forth games. I don't expect this to be a defensive series at all. So let's get this started. First period here in Pittsburgh. Simulate. Sim period. Thank you. Oh my god, I had to press it like 3 times. All right, so it's 2-1 for the Penguins. Medvedev did get this scoring started, but then Cullen and Crosby do get 2 to end the period. So Crosby scored 3 minutes left in the first. And the Penguins are up 2-1. All right, boys, where are the shots? 15-6. That's not good. We're being outshot that bunch. All right, come on, boys. Let's see if we can bounce back here in the second. Second period, 2-1, 2-2. There you go, my boy, Captain O'Captain. Claude Giroux ties this game up at 2. Gets one on Fleury right there in the slot. So we got a tie game here going into the third period. So let's increase the sim speed to ×8 and let's simulate this third period. 5-on-4 power play up and the Penguins kill it off. And they get one. Nick Bonino gets one on Mason. About 15 minutes left to go here. All right, come on. Can somebody get an equalizer? Oh my god, we were being outshot 37. My goodness, yeah. Pittsburgh deserves to win this game. They put 40 shots on net. Up, power play late. Power played late. Nope, couldn't tie it. Empty netter, maybe. Goalie pulled. Nope. All right. I'm not going to blame Mason for this game at all. That is all on our offense. My goodness, he played great. He stopped 39 of 42. The Pittsburgh Penguins put up 42 shots on net. This sounds like a regular game for the Flyers, with Mason kind of putting the team on his back. And unfortunately, no offense could be made. So Pittsburgh does walk away with a 3-2 win. Nick Bonino does get the game winner in this, in this game. See about the goals and the assists. So Medvedev from McDonald and Giroux from Simmons and McDonald. So Andy Mack and Giroux both with 2 points apiece. I'm not gonna fault those two guys at all, but 3-2 loss in game number 1 is not the way to start out this series whatsoever. Okay, so here we go. Game number 2. I'm not gonna change anything. Mason, he's still in his head. Just need to get the offense a little bit of a kickstart. So hopefully we won't be outshot like hell in this next game we were last game. So hopefully the Flyers will be able to play a little bit better here. So here we go. First period of game number 2. 2-1. Same exact thing. So Chris Kunitz and Hornquist started out the scoring this time, but then Braden Shen gets one back late. Kind of late to make it a 2-1 game again. And once again, 13-6 on shots. We're being outshot again. Don't like that, but guys, come on. Start firing some pucks on the net. Get Fleury rattled. He's not a good goalie when it comes into the playoffs. Take a couple shots on him, get him rattled. So here we go. Down by 1 again. Come on, boys. We need some shots. Second period. 3-2. There we go. The depth guys, Matt Reed and Ryan White. There you go. We've put some shots on the nets. The shots are still 24-16, but we did put 10 shots on in that period, and we got the 3-2 lead going into the third. So my depth guys coming in clutch there. Ryan White and Matt Reed. I will definitely take that. So here we go. ×8 simulation. Resume the sim. All right, come on, defense. There you go. Claude Giroux, 4-2 now. There we go. Power play. Can we kill that off? 5-on-3, 5-on-4. Good penalty kill there, boys. Pascal Dupuis makes it 4-3. Pascal Dupuis makes it 4-3. 5-on-4 power play. There we go. Up a power play again. Refs are kind of handing us this game. 5 minutes to go. Hold them off, boys. Hold them off. Defense. Defense first. Minute to go, 5-3. There you go. Claude Giroux on an empty net. Another nice, spectacular game from the captain, and the Flyers do walk away with a 5-3 win in game number 2. That's what I'm talking about, boys. There we go. Nice game. Very strong second and third periods. That's what I like. You kind of kept them in check defensively, which was nice, and that's what I like to see. So away stats. Actually, no, I wanted to go to all events first. See who got the points in that game, or the assists and whatnot. So Chris Kunitz from Perron and Malkin, Hornquist from Glendenning. So Braden Shen got it from Raffle, Reed from Streit, White from Belmar and McDonald, Giroux from Streit and Voracek, Giroux from Delzato. All right, so Claude Giroux already has 3 goals in this series. That was Jacob Voracek's first points of the series as well. And anybody else? Reed, Streit. Streit had 2 points. McDonald, Delzato, yep, Giroux just had a 2-point night again. Streit had a, so Giroux had a 2-point night again, which is very nice to see, and back-to-back 2-point nights. And there we go. Get ourselves a big win in that series as we're going back to Philadelphia. All right, so that's what I'm liking there, guys, to tie the series back up at 1 and 1 apiece, and we're going back home to Philly. All right, so let's keep it going. Steve Mason has been playing very, very well in this series so far. A little bit shaky in that last game, but you know what? Defense kind of kept him in that game, but we need some more offense, boys. Claude Giroux is kind of on a tear right now, so let's ride the back of him. Here we go. Game 3. First period. 2-0. That's not a good way to start. Kessel and Malkin from really weird angles. Kind of tied them in shots, which is nice, but that's not a way to start off the game with Malkin and Kessel going off. All right, come on, boys. Get back into this game. Get at least one. Second period. There you go. All right, you got me the one I wanted. Michael Delzato gets within 1. So it's a 2-1 game. We're beating them in shots, 25-21, which is nice. So hopefully we can get this game tied here in the 3rd period. Come on, boys. Maybe the refs will be on our side here. Maybe a power play or something. Anything going to happen in this 3rd period? No penalties being taken whatsoever. Come on, 10 minutes to go. 7, come on, somebody tie it, somebody tie it. This is a defensive game. There you go. Claude Giroux, he ties it up with about 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd period. There we go. We're gonna, whoops, hold on. Pause this in, up, pause this in. Up, sorry, there you go. All right, so it's in overtime. Somebody took a timeout, but there you go. Claude Giroux tied it up late, so we're in overtime in game number 3. Let's continue the simulation here. Keep going at this slow speed. Why not? But that's a very clutch goal there by my man Claude. 41 shots again from Pittsburgh. They're just lighting the lamp for shots. Like, it's ridiculous. 40 shots apiece. My goodness, teams are going off. 20 thing. Are we going to a second overtime? Yes, we are going to a second overtime. My goodness, look at the shots. 44 and 43. Fleury and Mason are on their heads in this series. All right, second OT. Here we go. Second overtime is going to be a quick one. There it goes, David Perron. David Perron, the second overtime, gets one on Mace, and the Penguins walk away with a 3-2 win in game number 3. Or game number... Yeah, it was game number 3. That's brutal. I wanted to check the totals there, but that's all right. All right, an overtime loss in game number 3, not good. I'm not taking Mason out. There's no way I'm taking Mason out. This offense just needs to get some... Offense needs to get some goal scoring. We need to get goals, and we need to get goals early on this team. Penguins have just way too much firepower. They have way too much firepower on this team that we just need to score early and hold them down defensively. So here we go. Game number 4. We're riding the back of Steve Mason right now because apparently he's doing everything. Come on, offense. Let's get going here. Forward check. Where are you at? First period, 1-1. All right, Sam Gagner, another kind of depth goal getting scored there. And then that 4th liner, Wilson, gets one to tie that game up shortly after. So it's 1-1. 12-14 are the shots. A lot of shots being taken in this game to start off. All right, second period, 2-1, Phil Kessel. Phil frickin' Kessel. We don't want him going off. Crosby's been silent for a while, but Kessel's really starting to heat up now. All right, third period again. Come on, boys. We need another late goal here to tie this bad boy up. 5-on-4 power play. Come on, power play. Power play was not good during the regular season. Power play again. Power play for the Pens. They kill it off. Claude, can you get me another late goal here? Please? Give me another late goal. Oh, my boy Lawton. Scott Lawton. You gotta be kidding me. Kunitz win empty netter. How do you let that up? Lawton ties it up late again, but then Hornquist, like literally right after that, just shuts down our hopes. Chris Kunitz gets the empty netter. And the Pens win 4-2 to take a 3-1 series lead in this series. That is not looking good. We're gonna have to make some line changes here. We're not getting goals early. So Lawton had 2 points. Gagner had 2 points. Third line was the only line that showed up in that game. Crosby and Kessel. I think Kessel might have had like 2 or 3 points in that game as well. Ugh. Brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. All right, we gotta simulate up to this day. Down 3-1. AHL regular season is over. Just fine, so we can call up players willy-nilly now, but we gotta edit some lines up here, boys. We gotta edit some lines. What do we need to do here? What do we need to do? Gagner had a good series. Raffl's been almost like nowhere, so you know what? We're moving Sam Gagner up to the 2nd line. Raffl's gonna move down to the 3rd. Simmons, you've really been kind of like nowhere. I'm gonna move Braden Shen up to the 1st line. I'm gonna move Simmons down to the 2nd. And I think that's all I'm gonna do. Defensively, I'm gonna move Gudas up, Medvedev down, and I'm gonna keep Mason in there. So that's the only kind of stats that I'm gonna change. That's the only stats that I'm gonna change. I'm gonna shift up the defense a little bit, and hopefully that will make a difference. But we're down 3-1 right now. Yeah, let's go to the player morales. Why not? Maybe we can get these guys a little bit of a pep talk here before this game. All right, Steve Mason, I have to admit, walking in that locker room always makes me feel happier. Yep, good things on the ice. Positive effect. Seems like management is on the ball. Yep, okay. Good crew that know what they're doing. No effect on Giroux, okay. So might have to be a little bit hard on Giroux. But hold the team meeting. If we lose tonight, we pack up and go home for the year. If tonight is a loss, I can all but promise you some serious house cleaning in the offseason. We have it in us to come back and extend the series. Don't get flustered, just execute. Our fans are already calling for some heads. You want yours to be one of them. Get it done. History is filled with huge comebacks. Let's get started on ours tonight, boys. Let's go with that one. Yeah, that wasn't good. We should have just had the fans. Philadelphia fans, the Flyers fans, they should have known that the Flyers fans would have had our heads if we lost this game, but a couple of players lost some morale because of that. We should have just had to, like, you know, have them at our heads. But here we go. Game number 5 in Pittsburgh. Series is 3-1 in favor of the Pens. Elimination game here. You guys got to play, man. Mason's doing everything for you guys this series. Let's go offense. First period, 2-1. There you go. Phil Kessel, man. He's just been on fire as of lately. Ryan White does get the scoring started off, and then Jacob Voracek does get one late to get us to a 2-1 lead. Pittsburgh is out shooting us again, 12-6, but we got the 1-goal lead. All right, shut down Kessel, man. He's getting way too hot, and I'm not liking this. Second period, okay, nothing happening in the second period. I like that. Very good defensive period, but 27 shots to 17. I don't like how Mason is standing on his head for this series, and there goes Nick Bonino. He can't do everything. There needs to be some offense going. There needs to be some offense getting scored there. Up there you go. Sam Gagner gets one late with about 10 minutes left to go, and Phil Kessel again. You can't shut him down. Kessel is going ham right now. He is going way too ham. Are we going to overtime? Nope. We're not going to overtime because Pascal Dupuis. Oh, man. That is brutal. That's it. I hate losing to Pittsburgh. God damn it. I hate losing to the fucking Penguins. God damn it. They were just too much for us. Kessel heated up at the right moment for them, and there was nothing we could do to stop them. That was a 3-goal third period for them. There was nothing we had. We had the game to be won. We had that game to be won. Kessel had 4 goals that series. White from Belmar and Strike. Voracek from Giroux and Strike. Gagner from McDonald and Reed. Strike had 2 points that night. Yeah, there's nothing we could do. Kessel from Glendening and Hornquist. Bonino, Dupuis, Fair, Kessel, Malkin, Hornquist, Dupuis, Fair, Bonino. Yep, they're like their second and their third line kind of lit us up that game. Brutal. Brutal. I hate losing to the Penguins. I hate losing to Pittsburgh. Split the series and then just lost 3 straight. That overtime loss was a ball buster, man. That overtime loss was a ball buster. All right, well, that's how our preseason, our first playoff run is gonna end, to the goddamn Penguins. That gets me so frustrated. That's frustrating. I hate losing to Pittsburgh, really do. All right, but who pulled their weight in the playoffs? Claude, I mean, you were the only person doing anything. 4 goals and 3 assists. I mean, I have nothing. I can't say anything. You did your job. You got 7 points in the first 5 games for us. So, Claude, I have no beef with you. You did your job. Matt Reed with 3 points, so he kind of did his job. Voracek got 3. All right, Gagner kind of pulled his weight. He got 2 goals. Simmons, he was kind of nowhere. Ryan White with only, you know what? Ryan White did fine. He got 2 goals on the 4th line. Balmar, he did pretty good too with 2 points. Lawton had 2 points. McDonald with 1, Shen only with 1, Raffle got 1, Couturier was nowhere to be found either. He was a -2. He's usually person to shut down the Pens. Andy McDonald got 5 assists. Mark Strike got 4 assists. So, Delzato with 2, Medvedev had 1 goal. Shen and Gudas were nowhere to be found as well, but they're kind of the defensemen. But Andy Mack, I have no, you did fine. You got 5 points. And Mace, I can't blame you for this. I cannot blame you for that. Your goals against is up there, like 3.0, but you know what? You had to face a ton of shots, so I'm not gonna blame you. 1 and 3, save percentage of .916. Look at that. Shots against, 190 shots in 5 games. That's kind of ridiculous. That's, what is that? That's like 5 divided by. That's almost an average of 40 shots per game. That's pretty bad, guys, that our defense had to let up that many shots. That's almost an average of 40 shots per game that the Flyers let up there in that series versus Pittsburgh. So, not a very good way to start off this GM series of being eliminated by the Pittsburgh Penguins in the first round of year number 1. So, that's how this series is going to end. People were saying that if you did make the playoffs, cool, see how far of a run you could go. But you know what? We did what we had to do in the regular season. We unloaded some contracts. We unloaded Umberger and LeCavalier's contracts, sort of. So we are looking still pretty good going into the draft. And now that you guys have saw that Andy McDonald's overall did drop back down from an 84 to an 83. I think that could almost mean that we possibly could get ourselves a little bit of a trade when the draft does come around. So let's actually take a look at let's look at where's that at? Where is, I think it's in this one, right? Yeah, progress reports. So let's look at progress reports and take a look at the overall boosts that we have seen so far this year. So, yeah, let's just look for stats modified. Stats modified, CU actually grew a lot this year. So Scott Long, like I said, 8 stats modified, went from an 80 to an 82, which is good. Couturier did have 2 stats modified, which were, so that's natural growth, which is good. Delzato got better as well. Medvedev, he got worse natural growth, but like I say, he's 34 years old. Didn't mean to do that. And that was it for the Flyers team. Yeah, that's kind of it. So Scott Long was the only person to gain some positive morale or overall boosts from this season. Obviously, he got called up. So Mason, other than that, he has the morale boost on him. In the system, let's see. So Stolarz is up to a got boosted up to a 70, which is good. He might be able to get that starting job down in the minors now, which is nice. Defenseman, this is where I really want to look for. Augustus Barricades, he's up to 75. Alt's up to 74. Morin's up to 73. Hag, 78. Provorov did not gain as much as I would like him to. He's medium elite, and he only gained 6 stats modified. So he did get some natural growth, but you know, maybe some off-season boosts will happen in there as well. Other than that, right wingers, Orbe Kubel got a nice little boost from the CHL. Oscar Lindbaum got a nice little boost. Lier, Fazlev, and Straka. Okay. And then my center core, Travis Konechny, went from a 62 to a 67, so that's good. And then Doug McFall's got a little bit of a boost as well. Other than that, nobody else on the roster-wise. So, do I want to do anything before I end this episode off? We didn't have to deal with any injuries, so that's, that's positive, I guess you could say. You know what, let me just make sure if there's anything in morale I need to do before we end this off. I might pin some scouted players onto our watch list. I might do that before the draft starts, but let me see if there's anything I need to do. All right, so let's hold the team meeting here in the NHL. Our playoff run is done for the year, but a lot of you gave it. I think it's safe to say we needed to be better and work harder. Maybe then we wouldn't be in this position. I need more out of you guys next year. Challenge yourselves. Nah, I think we had a good season. Nah, we need to be hard on these guys. We lost to Pittsburgh. So we need to be hard on these guys. I think it's safe to say we needed to be better and work harder. Maybe then we wouldn't be in this position. That is true. If we had, played a little bit better at the end of the year, we could have had home ice advantage. That might have had a difference, even though we lost both of our games at home. The only game we won was in Pittsburgh. But still, I'm going to be hard on these guys. I'm going to be hard on them. So a lot of the roster guys got some bonus there, but the younger guys like Voracek, Couturier, Raffle, Gagne, Strite lost some morale because of it. But I need to be hard on them. So our locker room chemistry is at 80%, which is not bad. Let's hold the team meeting in the AHL. It's at 72%. We missed the playoffs, boys. This is a conversation I thought I'd never have to have this year, but we didn't play our best, and this is the result we deserved. We need to be better next year. We need to be better. I need more out of you guys next year. We need to really focus this offseason and come back with our better selves next year. Let's go with that one. Focus in the offseason. Okay, everybody hated that one. Okay, yeah, that's a good way to end the video, I guess. Let's forget that meeting ever happened. Okay, so that'll be it, guys. Our year 1 playoff run is over thanks to the Schittsburg Penguins beating us in 5 games, 4-1. And Claude Giroux did it. Claude Giroux and Steve Mason did everything we could. Just everybody else didn't really show up. But other than that, thanks for watching, guys. We'll go into the draft, I guess, next video, and I'll analyze the team and I'll make some decisions. Leave some comments in the comment section down below, guys, for things that you think we should do at the draft. Do you think we should go along with trading Andrew McDonald at the draft now that he is like 83 overall? I think might be the perfect time to trade him. Let me know what you guys think. So thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll see you guys next time.